Try that.
She's showing you she's playing.
Who's playing flower?
Do we have a DA?
No.
She had to go to Judge Thompson's courtroom.
Jesselyn Barrett was here, but she had to go up and enter a plea with Judge Thompson. So we'll let you do that too.
Got the strongest one. I shouldn't have. Okay.
Andrew, you tell me when we're ready.
Okay.
Officer Carruthers asked if he's supposed to open court, and I just said, just have a seat and be here and be happy.
All right, we're good to go. Judge, we're ready. That works.
Carla, can I see you after court today and just chat about a few things?
Hey, we're on YouTube.
We are.
I finally got my own YouTube video. Wow.
Frightening concept, yeah.
And the HIPAA.
That means
All
we're
right,
having open court.
I have to tell my 7-year-old I got my own YouTube channel.
All right, Judge, we're ready when you are.
Andrew, do we have everybody?
We do, yes.
Okay, all right, should I get started?
Yes.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm gonna have a few general announcements, chat with you a little while. The best thing I've heard this week or this month just came from Carla that Jim's is reopening. Now, when are they gonna open? Monday. So those of you who worked at Jim's, reach out and see if they need you. I'm sure that they aren't going to reopen. I mean, they're going to reopen with certain guidelines and, you know, social distancing and space between people, but they will be reopening Monday. So I assume that all of y'all know that Governor Kemp gave a talk yesterday, and he has decided to let Georgia's shelter-in-place order expire at the end of April. So that would be next Thursday. Now, we've been going by different rules under that order. We've been having court from Zoom. And your curfews have been different. Under the shelter-in-place order, phase 1 and 2 have been under basically house arrest, and phase 3 through 7 have had 7 p.m. curfew. Those weren't supposed to go anywhere anyway. The team talked about it yesterday in staffing. We're going to talk about it again next Tuesday. We are considering going back to the original curfew order. I imagine we will do that beginning May. But this week and next week, we will stay. We're going to stay where we are right now through the 31st of April. Isn't that correct, Andrew? Everybody understand that?
That's correct, yeah.
So until the end of April, which is next Tuesday, phase 1 and 2 are under house arrest, and phase 3, 4, and 5 have 7 p.m. curfews. Now, we'll talk about that in staffing next Monday. You know, I'll be frank with you. I think our governor's moving too fast, but I'm just a lowly Superior Court judge. A coward, I guess. I'm much more interested about your personal safety, and that goes for the team and all of you participants, than I am about the economy. I know that people need money to pay bills, but I encourage you to try to personal distance as much as possible. Please try to be as safe as you can possible. Sanitize and wash your hands. I fear that when we all get out and start running around, we're going to have a second wave. And I pray to God that none of my folks are going to be involved in that. All right. Okay. Now, another general announcement. everybody's got to get to group on time, even if it's on Zoom. And of course, I've been struggling with this. I'm the only oldest member of this team. And if I can do it, anybody can do it, believe me. But if you're 15 minutes late to group, it's an absence. So if you struggle with getting on or with your computer hookups or your work, plan on it early. Plan on it early. So it's very important that you be on time so group can get started on time. And I think, Carla, who was it in staff? And Megan said one participant is always early. Is that our new gal, Erica? Erica. We like that, Erica. Go. That's good business. So just plan to be there early. That's the best way to be on time. All right. I'm going to kind of start by phases today. So let me talk with Kent a minute. Kent,
Yes, ma'am.
how have you been this week?
I've been doing great.
You've been working, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the benefit of working outside.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you've been up to this week. Cleaning up from the storm?
Doing that, mowing lots of grass. I've got a house on the side that I'm fixing to start pressure washing and getting it ready to paint.
Doing pressure washing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's great. Now you're also doing very well in MRT, according to Megan. So I'm real proud of that. I think that's a hard program. I think it's an interesting and it's a good program, but for me, it's kind of tough. So proud
Right.
of you working away on that.
Thank
And how's Ivy and the other one, the interloper
great.
cat?
They're doing good. Yes, ma'am.
I think I spend an hour a day on the internet looking at funny cat and dog videos, but it makes me happy. All right, we are proud of you, Kent. You make them more.
Thank you.
All right,
Alright.
Judge, if you'll hold up just a second, I've got to make your mark chart pulled up.
Okay, we'll try to be
Can everybody-
technical.
Can everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
Carla, does your sound not go off? See mine drop.
Okay. So Kent, this is your 5th mark, so you get a golden star.
Okay.
Woo!
Also, I have a virtual giving tree. So I can mail you a card for one of these places.
Okay. Let's do the Walmart, Andrew.
Walmart. All right.
Socially distanced there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Good job.
I like that, Andrew. Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
All right, Kathy. There's Kathy.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Ready to get this thing off my ankle. I got a week left.
Are things going well with you, Kathy?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can't, but Carla turned hers up loud, so I can. Maybe.
Yeah, I
I'll
said
mute.
I'm doing good. I'm just ready to get this ankle monitor off. I got a week
All
left.
right. Well, Carla's going to be discussing that with you. Have you set a date, Carla? Do we have a date? She'll be talking with you about that, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
I've never had one. Are they uncomfortable?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess you have to sleep in it.
Yes, ma'am.
I had to sleep in a boot once and that was uncomfortable, so it couldn't be fun. All right, Carla will be working with you. Now, I hear you have completed step 3 in MRT and that you're working on your helping hours.
Yes, ma'am. I can't really go anywhere to help anybody right now.
Are you the one that started looking into making masks?
Megan had said something about that and said she was going to get back to me on it.
All right, do you sew?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, do you have a machine?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, great. Well, try to get with Megan quickly because that's great. That would be a great program for you. I mean, you can hand sew them, but it's going to be a lot quicker and a lot more productive if you've got a sewing machine.
Yes, ma'am.
All
My
right.
grandma has a sewing machine.
And Kathy, I'll reach out to you about that. I've got some instructions from CHI Memorial, so we can go for that. Okay,
Okay, all right, thank you.
no problem.
And that's where my husband works. We can keep him, you can keep him safe.
All right.
All right, Kathy, we are proud of you and you make a mark for today. All right,
Thank
Andrew,
you.
you're free.
All right.
Your board.
All right.
All right, thank you.
3 marks. Fantastic. Okay, Chlorine,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Good. I'm having a party.
I know that it's driving you crazy right now. We talked about you in staffing. I know you're having a rough time. It's sometimes when it rains, it pours, and it sounds like that's what's going on with you, hon. You've got conflicts with your ex and can't see the kids, and it's just like everything's happening at the same time, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
We are thinking about you. We really, really are. Now, did you talk to Albert, your lawyer, about all that?
Yes, ma'am. I went ahead and got an emergency appointment with him, and he really was, to be honest, he was had a little smart aleck about it, and that's the way I took it. But anyway,
Well,
this
he's kind of
program-
weird. I mean, I love Albert, but he's weird.
I love him too, but sometimes he can get to you, but he'll get to me. But he's being honest. But anyway, this program, we want to wait till I complete the program, and that my job is stabilized, and just where I had my job for a while, and then we're going to go for a modification. And right now, since the court system's down, we're going to have to wait for contempt. But I am thinking about going and talking with John Dennis.
Okay. Well, John is a really good lawyer too.
I've
And
known him
I
all
think-
my life.
I know that all the lawyers are still working, but like some of them are more available than others. But we're gonna start having a little bit more court soon, so maybe that will loosen up for you, okay?
It's been in like my divorce papers that we don't have a set place to go. And I was even asking Carla if I could just please not even leave the state of Georgia. I mean, I'm even asking that, but I don't know if maybe if you can do that or if I have to just go through it at the state judge about that.
I can't change it without a hearing, but what you need to do is when you finally get a hearing before one of the judges, you ask for that and explain why, that it's just so extremely difficult for you and that he jerks you around, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm meeting other persons than just him, but it's not in my paper. So it's just, it's something that should be in, but it's not. So
I understand. Well, I did a lot of family work too, and every now and then we mess up and leave something out of an order. It just happens. And the clients are the ones that suffer. Now, I don't know if you've heard about your restaurant. Now, was your restaurant in Georgia or Tennessee?
my what now?
The restaurant you worked at.
Oh yeah. Well, Golden Corral is in Fort Oglethorpe, and I've decided not to go back there.
Okay.
And they haven't opened yet. So I did talk with Samir yesterday, and he's like, "You're not going back." He said, "I thought you were going back to Golden Corral," and I said, "No." And he said, "So I'm supposed to get started going back to work on Tuesday." It was a lot of work on my feet, and I wasn't getting to spend the time with my children on the weekends that I really do need.
Well,
I'm all emotional today.
I'm sure you can find something. Governor Kemp said that Friday, like nail salons and gyms and a lot of businesses can open Friday, and then restaurants can open next Monday. So you hang in there, and the only thing I want to ask you to do is if you get really down or really blue, I want you to call one of us, reach out, all right? Because we're here for you.
I've been staying in contact with Miss Green, and I've also talked with Mr. Green, and I also got a police report about the, so I would have that on file, so I can take that with me.
Good, good.
And then I've also been doing some planting, some flowers and stuff. That's what I was showing y'all. That's helping me a little bit, and cooking a lot.
All right, that sounds good. And you cleared step 2 in MRT, and we're proud of you for that.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
will make a mark for this week. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Joseph,
Yes, ma'am.
so how have things been going with you this week?
It's been pretty busy. Been doing a lot of tree work, a lot of cleaning up at my dad's, helping him out
I
a
guess
lot.
after those storms, you had a lot of cleaning up work.
Yeah, we had 5 big trees down.
Yeah, my daddy had a lot of trees down in this place in Somerville. And your wife got her unemployment came through, and did y'all get a stimulus check?
Yes, ma'am, we did. And yes, it did too.
You're-
She started back to work yesterday, so I
You're
think
the
they're gonna
first
work.
person I know that got one. So I'm glad. So the work you're doing right now is just working on your helping hours, correct?
Well, it don't help. It don't count towards my helping hours, but I am helping my dad out.
All right. So y'all are doing, you and your wife and the kids are doing all right. Y'all are getting through this, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I hear you're doing well in MRT and that you've been helpful to other group members in group. And I'm proud of that and appreciate it, because we
You're welcome.
really need to lean on each other during hard times. So we're proud of you, and you make a mark today.
Thank you.
Hold up, I'm on it. Give me just a second. All right, Joseph, that's 5.
All right, a gold star.
Okay,
I feel like I'm teaching kindergarten.
yeah. And then let me pull up the giving tree.
I'll take one from Walmart, Andrew.
All right, Walmart, gotcha.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you, good going.
All right, Nikki,
Good morning.
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, what you've been doing this week? How do you
Well-
occupy your time?
This week, my little boy decided he was going to spend a little bit of time with me. So we roasted some hot dogs, just me and him in the little fire pit my daddy made for me. And I got my new pool liner, so I'm about to start putting it in. It's pretty cool.
Great. I love outdoor fire pits. I have one at my house and I just love it.
I love it too.
Yeah, it just makes me feel good at night. Summer cramp. So you've been working on MRT. Carla said you were studying when
Yes,
she
ma'am.
came by one day.
Was I?
No, you were just telling me about it.
Okay, I'm sorry, you emailed?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, you're fixing to have your wisdom teeth out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now you've been working on a pain management program with Megan, haven't you?
I'm supposed to see her today at 3:20, and she's supposed to set up everything, whatever
All
pain
right,
plan. I
that's
need.
great. Where are you going to have that done? Do you go to Rome?
No, ma'am. It's in Dalton with Dr. Chung.
Okay. do you have somebody to take you there and bring you back?
Yes, ma'am. My mama is.
How many are you having taken out?
All
Oh.
4 of them are coming out. I'm scared to death.
Well, I won't lie to you, it really stinks. But then it'll be over, all right?
Yeah, I just need it to be over with.
Okay? All right, you make a mark for today and we are proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, Nikki, that's 5.
Go Star!
I guess Walmart.
Walmart. Okay. All right. Get going.
Well, they have more options at
Thank
Walmart.
you.
I'd probably go for crystal. I'm a crystal freak, but okay. Kelly. I'm not seeing Kelly.
Hold on. She was on there.
There she is. No, that's me.
Yeah, she's on there. There we go.
Can you? I don't know what happened. My video cut out for a second.
That's all right. Tell me how you've been getting along this week.
It's been kind of a rough week a little bit. But it's been okay.
Okay. Well, I know you had problems getting on for treatment Friday.
Yes, ma'am. It was my fault. Actually, I just got confused about the time. And she had sent me a message like the day before about when me and Megan were supposed to meet, which was 11. And I read that message that morning. And I just didn't pay attention to the date and I got confused. So it's my fault.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking responsibility for the fact that it was your fault. That's good. What I want you to do is just really listen to that caution about being on time.
Yes, ma'am.
And 4 and 2, I just think treatment's one of the most valuable things y'all do. I really do. So I don't want anybody to miss
but I
treatment.
didn't even, I missed it completely. So I guess when I do it big.
Well, Megan is going to work with you on that. I'm going to give you a sanction today for missing treatment, but what I'm going to ask you to do is check in daily with Megan. Now, we've done this with other participants. What I want you to do is call her every day. I want you to call her and get her. If you call at 9 o'clock in the morning and don't get her, write and keep a log for me. Write that down. And write down if you left a message or if you talked to somebody or got a voicemail. And you call back no matter how many times it takes you to get her, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Did you get that, Kelly?
Yes, ma'am. I am sorry that I missed group. Honestly, I've had a lot going on.
I know.
I've been
But I
having,
think that'll be good for you to chat with her every day. And that way we can keep track of your pregnancy too, okay?
okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right, no mark today, but you start calling her every day starting today, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's a good thing. I think you'll probably enjoy doing that, frankly. All right. Erica,
Hello,
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I hear you're busy, so mowing grass and planting a garden.
Yes.
What are you putting in your garden?
All kind of vegetables like zucchini, squash, green onions, tomatoes, something else, green beans.
I'm
Can you-
planting one. I didn't put green beans, but I did a lot of tomatoes and peppers and zucchini and squash.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
All right, and I grow a lot of herbs because I go out and pick them, you know, gives me
Yeah, my
something to
mom-
do. What part of the county do you live in?
I live out towards Catlett.
Out
I
where?
don't know what part of the county that is. Well, I'm close to
Oh, okay,
probation.
yeah, that's good. It's good gardening area. All right, now you started thinking for a change last week, and you've never done that before, have you?
No, ma'am.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it seems to be good.
I
It
think
helps
it's a really good program, and apparently you just are catching on real fast, so that's good. You got good reports from Megan yesterday and staff.
Well, good.
All right? And you were always the first one on for a group, and we really appreciate that. So you're setting a good example, and we are proud of you, and you make a mark.
Yay. Thank you.
All right, and Erica, that's 5. So, so what you get to do is just pick from our giving tree, our virtual giving tree, and I'll mail you one of these cards.
I will also take Walmart.
All right. All right. Good job.
Thank you.
I wish I had stock in Walmart right now.
I know,
And
right?
Zoom.
Mhm.
All right, Heather,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you doing?
I'm doing better.
All
How are you?
right, I'm good. Now you got out, what day did you get out? When'd you get out?
Yesterday, ma'am.
Monday. All right. So are you back home and settling in?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now I want you to be real careful about making the treatment classes and doing what you're supposed to do this week. Just take this week to really get back into the program, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you do that for me?
I sure can. Thank you.
All right, and I hope you have a great week and that I talk to you next week and that you'll be making a mark. So find activities
thank you.
and get settled in, all right? All right.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
we're glad to have you back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, ma'am. Chad,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you, but that's fine. I don't have enough on my. No, don't do it.
My video was on.
Tell me how you've been this week.
Pretty good. I've been sitting at home playing lots of Xbox. I occupy my time, make yard work out in the yard a little bit.
Now you're breaking up. Carla, can you turn yours up? Or is it terrible reception? I know. All right. Can you hear me, Chad?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I know you had a problem. You're in phase 1 and you were supposed to be under house arrest, and you've left at least once without permission that we know of. Is that correct?
Well, I got caught trying to leave. I was right as I was pulling out the driveway. My back tires pulled right out my driveway, and my probation officer came on my road, and it's on my actually my driveway. So I got caught trying to leave.
Well, anytime you leave the house, when you're on house arrest, you have to call your probation officer before you go to get permission, not after.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right?
it's
That's one of the rules, and you're gonna have to catch on to it, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you know, if you need to go, they'll let you go, but
Yeah,
you just gotta
I'm
ask
sorry.
permission first.
Yeah, I have been. I have medical issues. It's kind of embarrassing. I really got tired of having to call them every time I needed something for it. And so I thought I could slip off to the dollar store. They caught me, right as I was pulling out of my driveway. So,
Well, take my word, you can't embarrass Keith Green. Don't worry about it, all right?
I was a little
Just don't worry
embarrassed,
about
but-
it. Believe me, you can tell him anything, okay?
Okay. All
All
right.
right, but you call him before, all right?
Yes, ma'am. I sure will.
Okay. Now, so we have a curfew violation here and we're going to give you a sanction. I want you to write me a book report on this incident. Trying to go to the
Okay.
Dollar General store and getting caught by Keith. And you're, okay? I want
Yes,
a one-page
ma'am.
book report on what happened and what you've learned from this, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, show it to Keith this week, and I'm gonna ask you to read it in court next week, all right?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
don't put anything embarrassing in it, just, all righty?
Okay.
All right, so we'll move on. I hope you have a good week, all right?
Okay, you too.
Yeah. Belinda. And I can't see Belinda, but Belinda, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
All right, you doing a little bit better?
Yes, I'm doing a lot better.
Good, that's great news. Now tell me about this community service work. I know, and we talked about in staffing, but I want to hear from you. You were supposed to do 12 hours this week, but
Yes,
I
ma'am.
gather you couldn't get that done, right?
Well, I called at least 15 places and I've been writing down names who I've talked to and the business, and they're not letting anyone in with the storms and the virus. So I'm sure it'll carry on, but I'm willing to do my community service.
All right, well, we understand that that's been a problem about finding a place. And so I'm going to extend that for another week. So I want you to keep trying and try to do 12 hours this week and then 12 hours next week. I want you to get with Andrew this afternoon and look into this making face mask, because you can get 1 hour per mask that you make. Do
Okay,
you sew at all?
I can.
Do you have a sewing machine?
I do not have a machine.
Okay, I don't either, but you can, it's not that complicated. And Matt and Andrew's got a program for that, or Gretchen Neal gave us one. And I
Okay.
don't sew on a sewing machine, but I could do, I can hem and sew on buttons, so even I could do that, okay?
Yes,
But
okay.
if you'll make those masks, and Andrew, weren't you and Gretchen gonna look into getting the supplies for them?
Looking into it, I talked with Gretchen yesterday. She doesn't have supplies yet, so let me talk with Kathy and Belinda just to see what exactly it is that they need. Okay, and we'll go from there.
I would imagine needle, thread, cotton. They want them in cotton and elastic. But if you need any help, call me today, Andrew. I can probably find some old cotton shirts and stuff. They don't want jersey or stretch or like t-shirt material because they'll lose their shape. Okay? But Belinda, look into that this week and we'll see if that works out better for you. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So, does she make a mark, Carla?
I don't know, Andrew, did we decide on what?
I would say hold the mark.
Let's hold the mark, but no sanction. We're gonna try to help you find a place to do the community service work. All right?
Thank you.
All right, you hang in there and we'll make a mark next week.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, and I have Tina here. All right, I'm glad to see you came this morning. How you doing? You hanging in there? Ma'am?
Rough, but hanging in there.
Okay. Well, I know you had a rough week. Tell me what's been going on.
Never used. I smoked some weed and then I found out after I was smoking it, it was laced. Which made me angry. It made me angry that I chose to do it, but nobody had it in my head. I did it.
Okay.
Anyways, and plus I gave up custody of the 18-month-old baby that I was taking care of and let him go into the system.
Can you speak a little bit?
I said I gave up custody of the 18-month-old baby.
Have you called defects about that?
Yes, you guys picked the baby up yesterday.
Well, I think that was a good decision, Tina, because one,
It's causing a lot of stress on me. And
right now, that's a huge responsibility. And I think you're struggling with using. You're struggling with all that's going on. And, you know, an 18-month-old baby would be a huge stressor for me. And I think it's good that you called defects and stepped up to the plate and protected the child. You did the right thing.
I feel like I've done the best thing for the child, even though it was hard on me. Almost time, I felt like I was having a complete breakdown. I felt like I was in the beginning of a mental breakdown.
Okay.
At that point, I went to my son's house and my son seen some differences in me and stuff like that. And we decided that that would be the best place for me.
Is this your
This is
son?
my son.
Oh, thank you for
And
coming.
him and his wife are gonna help me. And I'm gonna try to throw this out. I was thinking about going to the hospital and going to do a facility
Mm-hmm.
to get help, get more stable.
Like a stabilization visit.
Stabilization, and I opted out of that because we tried to do it on my own and face my consequences.
Well, I appreciate you being here. Now, when you went in on the 19th, that's when we were worried about you using it. And then I'm looking at my notes, Tina, I'm saying. On the 17th, you were positive for amphetamine, methamphetamine, THC, and MDMA.
Yeah.
Of course, when you use, particularly these days, you have no earthly idea what's in it.
Exactly.
I mean, none of these people
Exactly.
tell you the truth.
Exactly. And when I found out about it, I told the person to leave and never to contact me again because everybody knows I did not want to do meth. Meth is my drug of choice, and I don't even ever want to see it again, let alone use it.
Okay.
And I felt like he disrespected me. And then waited.
I think you did.
Yeah, and waited for me to smoke the marijuana. I just wanted to de-stress a little bit of the marijuana might settle me down a little. And then he did all that. He knew I was trying to speak with him.
Okay. Well, that person obviously doesn't care about you.
Yes, ma'am. He obviously does not.
So I want you to stay away from him
Yes, ma'am.
in the future. You told him to leave. That's a good decision.
Never contact me again.
All right. Well, we want you to try to get a grip on this. I don't want you to use something and, it could be something worse in it and something that could, permanently harm you.
Right. And that's why I would also chose to go and stay at my son and daughter-in-law's house, which I could open and honest with my family about it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
families usually, they know what's going on.
My daughter-in-law, and I have had a long talk, and she wants to help me, and she wants to be back like I used to be. And her exact words were, "I don't care if the bed has or not, you're not leaving until you are stable. If I have to knock you out."
Well, that sounds like a good place for you to be.
I think it's the smartest place for me. Honestly.
All right. So we had a couple of problems this week. You've used, obviously, and we had sort of an honesty issue that at first you weren't particularly honest about using. Finally, you were. And of course, you've broken house arrest without permission. So she's frowning like she doesn't understand that. Can you?
She was honest up front about using. I just don't think she realized what all was in it. And then there was concern that she may have still been using over the weekend.
Right.
But the test is going to be positive either way, so we couldn't confirm.
We can't too.
She's denying any use after the admission on the 17th.
Okay. Have you used any after
No,
that?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right.
In fact, I went to my son's house with permission to my son's house to gather myself back together. And which is really nice that my daughter-in-law, and my son are allowing me back in my home again.
It really is. I
I'm-
mean, you know, a
I'm-
lot of times we burn our bridges with our family and they're,
Well, I tried
Tired
really
of
hard this
trying.
time. I tried extremely hard this time and I haven't asked for any help from anybody.
Okay.
I've done this on my own. And my daughter-in-law says that,
All
that
right.
she knows now that I'm honestly and serious about my recovery.
all right. Well, I hope so. And maybe this has been a really good learning experience for you. Now, we're worried about you. We're worried about your use because you could harm yourself irreparably.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to give you a sanction of 1 week in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're going to take you into custody today. They'll keep you private, so you're not going to be exposed to anything. And then she'll be out when?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
And think about it, and then I want you to come back stronger and move back in with your son. And that'll also give you a chance to get off and get all the drugs out of your system.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And come back stronger, and then we're going to start over. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we do.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll see you next week. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your honesty, though, today. I appreciate that. That's good.
Yes.
All right, team, have I overlooked anything? Is there anything else I need to cover?
I think that's got it.
I see blank.
Anyone
All
else?
right. And I still want everybody to stay safe. You know, I really want you to protect yourselves and your loved ones. That's the best thing we can do to fight this virus. And I want to keep my folks safe. Okay? And I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Thanks, everybody.
You have a great day.
Sign off here.